Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing? Thank you all for taking the time to come out and join me this evening. I am very happy that you guys decided to invest this time in yourself and learn a little bit about mindset, money, and motivation. I'm going to speak to you all tonight about that whole makeover of making over our minds, making over our money, and making over a motivation so we can just do the things that we want to do and create the lives that we want to live. So who am I? My name is Ari Squires. Again, thank you so much for joining me. This is my first time doing a live broadcast. So look, I have my clapper. Woo! Okay, I'm gonna clap for myself. You guys don't have to clap, but I'm gonna clap for myself. So again, this is my first time. I want to be able to do more of these. If you guys are in the chat room on Ustream, shout out where you from. Where are you from? I know I have people from Africa, from London. Let me know where you are. Say hello. Say, hey, Ari, release the chains with Ari, whatever you want to say. I thank you all for joining me. Don't be shy in the chat room. I have my girl, Laura Shay. She'll be in there, making sure y'all not fooling around. Just want to make sure that you guys are getting these nuggets that I have for you because it's very vital to your success. Things that have helped me, things that have helped people that I've studied, things that have helped people that I work with. So I'm just passionate about, I'm an advocate for entrepreneurship. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Again, I'm Ari Squires, also known as Miss CEO. The CEO is like a play of CEO, but I'm a woman. So CEO. And I'm going to be helping you again with your mindset, your money, and your motivation. I am currently working as a success coach. And what a success coach is, what I do is I help women entrepreneurs make money in their businesses. I help women leave their jobs and create and start making and writing their own paychecks. And so now I haven't always been doing that. It's kind of something that I kind of grew into, something that was just sitting there waiting for me. But I know now that this is my purpose, and I'll tell you a little bit why. I started out many, many years ago when I was about 17, 18. I used to work for while I was in college. I worked as an intern, but it was like a paid internship, and it was really cool. I used to travel, and I worked for a company. It was like the social services actually so it was a state job in Sacramento, California. And I worked for an agency where it was like WIC. I'm not sure if you heard of WIC, but it's for women, infants, and children. And so what I would do, I was like a little undercover woman, mommy on WIC. And I used to go around and I used to go to these stores that offered WIC products to clients and customers. And so what happened was I used to go and make sure that they were in compliance. And so I was this undercover person. But what I realized, me just naturally having an entrepreneurial spirit, there were like stores, and yes, you can go to the WIC in the grocery stores and get your items. Like WIC, you can get healthy foods for your family, for women that may not be able to afford them. And so what I started to notice was of course, you can go to the grocery stores and get the food, but there were like stores set up specifically for people to just go in and get only WIC products. And me being an entrepreneur, I saw the money. They were making like $250,000 a year net income. So my mindset is I'm going to start my own WIC store. I'm 17, 18 years old, right? But again, just having that entrepreneur mindset. So I went in, I took my little college loan money, got a building, set up shop, supposedly set up shop, and it just failed within 2 months. It was not successful. I never got it off the ground. And what I realized was I wasn't ready. My mind wasn't ready for what it takes to be an entrepreneur, right? How many of you guys have experienced something like that, right? And then again, later on in life, I opened up a dance and performing arts school. That was a little bit more successful. I'm not, first couple years, not so much so, a lot of learning and a lot of growing. But again, I jumped 2 feet in. This particular time, though, I learned a little bit more about the whole mindset and what it requires to run and operate, a business. I had a little bit more under my belt because I had tried so many other things. Serial entrepreneur, doing the Mary Kay, doing this, doing that, selling this, selling that, anything I could to produce and make and write my own daggone checks, right? So I kind of got that mindset. But again, this time when I opened up my dance and performing arts school, I just wanted to feel a need. I'm not a dancer, never have been. I just saw a need in my community. I saw a need for young girls of minorities to have a place where they can come and build their confidence, because that was something that I lacked when I was growing up, you know. So I felt that this was a perfect market to start a dance or performing arts school. Again, jumped in, no plan, 2 feet in, and it was a headache. A headache, a headache, a headache. However, I got my way, hired a business coach, hired a finance coach, and later was able to produce 6 figures in that business and ran and operated for another 8, 9 years moving forward. So, you know, it's one of those things. Entrepreneurship is ups and downs, but it's a mindset shift. You got to be resilient. You got to have what it takes to stay in a game. And that's what I'm going to talk to you guys about today. So now, as I mentioned earlier, I'm now working as a success coach and helping women be successful in their businesses. So as I was operating my dance and performing arts school, a lot of moms and dads too would come up to me and say, hey, you know what? I really would like to start my own business. I've been wanting to do this. I've had this dream, something I've just been wanting to do. And so, me again, you know, being an advocate for entrepreneurship, I started doing these little small business boot camps, you know, and that's what they were called, small business boot camp, charging $75 for people to come in. And I literally fell in love with teaching. Because again, I'm not a dancer, so I didn't teach dance. I was more operating, the CEO, running, doing the finances, doing everything to keep, you know, the business going, hiring everybody to do the work. But this was where I was actually more hands-on, and I just fell in love with it. The women were taking the information from all of my 12 years of experience, you know, my ups and downs, my failures, my successes, my wins, and all of that. They were taking that and they were running off and starting their businesses and making money and doing well. And that just made me feel great to be a part of that vessel of women doing what they dreamed of, right? Doing what they dreamed of. So that's what brought me to coaching. And I just absolutely love it. I love it. I love it. So, what I'm going to talk to you guys about tonight, I'm going to share something that I've never shared before. This is my first time doing a training on this topic. And I'm going to talk about wealth psychology. Wealth psychology. How you think about money affects your bottom line. Okay? How you think about money affects your bottom line in your business. And it also affects how it could be sabotaging your success. So we're going to talk about that today. Some of the information I'll share with you may have heard it before, and you may not. Some of it may be new, but what I'm going to show you is how to apply the knowledge. That happens a lot. We get this information, we read these books, we go to these seminars, we get these coaches, we talk to people, we get these mentors, but we don't apply the knowledge. So I'm going to talk to you guys about that today. So who is this for, right? Who is this for? Why should you be here? I understand that your time is valuable. And like I said earlier, I thank you for investing this time in yourself. I understand your time is valuable. So I want to make sure that you're in the right place. So I want to tell you like who this class is for. If you struggle with retaining paying clients, this is for you. If you struggle with how to ask for a sale without sounding like a salesman, right? Because that's a mindset shift as well, having that motivation and that confidence, then this is for you. If you wish you were making more money in your business, this is for you. If you want to become more wealth conscious, this is for you, right? A lot of us grew up, myself included, in a household where we weren't wealthy. I didn't have a silver spoon in my mouth. I didn't grow up around family members owning successful businesses. I didn't grow up around, you know, having all of these lavish vacations and lavish trips and lavish clothes and all of this. We struggled. We struggle with our bills. We have bill collectors calling our house sometimes, you know. So when you grow up in that kind of environment, you develop what's called a lack mindset or a poor person's mindset. So the way you think about money is different, right? The way you think about money is different, and it could be sabotaging your success. So if you're interested in getting more wealth conscious, this is for you. If you've had a hard time positioning yourself or marketing because you don't, again, want to sound boastful. Some of us, we like, I don't want to put myself out there. I don't want to advertise myself because, you know, I don't want to seem like I'm, you know, being boastful. Then again, this is for you. You're gonna really get some valuable information from this today. If you attend class after class, seminar after seminar, but you're still not seeing results, then this is definitely for you. Definitely for you. This is not for you if you are not interested in making money in your business. Okay? You can shut down now. Leave the stream down, log off, go do something else. Because if you're not interested in making money in your business and you're just doing what you're doing for a hobby, then this is not going to be the call for you. I'm sorry, not the call. I'm so used to doing teleconferences. I'm used to saying call. This is not the event for you, okay? All right, so I just wanted to make sure that you knew that you were in the right place. So the first thing that I'm going to be talking about is how to transform your money mindset. Because wealthy does not mean happy. I get it. I understand. So sometimes you will hear me talk about poor. And I'm not saying that to offend anyone, because wealthy doesn't mean you're happy. And poor doesn't mean you're sad and you're depressed. I've seen plenty of homeless people who are like super happy. So I'm not judging anyone. I'm just talking about that wealth mentality and how it affects us in our businesses and also in our lives, okay? So I'm going to talk to you. The first thing is about how to transform your money mindset. Next, what I'll do is I'll break down 7 questions that you need to ask yourself to identify what is sabotaging your growth and sabotaging your success. You must apply these things in order to shift your mindset, to shift your income and your motivation. Because motivation, we need it. We need it to keep growing, to keep excelling, to sustain. Anybody can make money in their business, right? We can start up something, go out and make a couple dollars. Anybody can sell something, sell a service, sell a gift, right? But it's how do we sustain that, okay? And it takes a certain kind of mindset. So a lot of things you're going to recognize as I start to talk. So make sure you have a pen and pad and you're taking really good notes. And one thing is, be honest. Let me just say that really quickly. Be honest with yourself. Come here curious. Come here wanting to learn, right? Come here with wanting to be able to walk away with something, okay? Because that's the only way that I'm going to be able to serve you, okay? That's the only way I'll be able to serve you. But again, I'm going to talk to you and go over like 7 questions, okay, that I want you to just really ask yourself, because these things directly increase your brand, your position, and your bottom line. And lastly, I'm going to share with you how you can put this to work starting tomorrow. I'm not just here to give you information and have you just get the information and go on about your business. I really, again, I am an advocate for women being successful in their businesses. I think it's the most beautiful thing, having the freedom to do what we want to do, having the income to live the life that we want to live. And I'm just happy. I've never been more happier doing what I'm doing now, okay? And I want this for everyone. I feel like this is my purpose. This is my purpose. So, and I also too, now of course, we'll have about anywhere between 70 and 90 minutes tonight. So I won't have time to share every single thing. It's impossible. I won't be able to cover everything tonight. So I do have something for those of you who feel like you want to move further with me and take things further. I have something really cool that I'm going to offer a little bit later. And this will give us the opportunity to work on a much more deeper level, just for anybody who's interested, okay? So let's kind of talk about, first of all, a wealthy mindset versus a poor mindset. Okay, I'm going to talk about this. Again, not to be offensive, but really to make you think about how you think about things and how these little mindset shifts can be sabotaging your success. Because always remember that building wealth has 100% nothing to do with money. It has nothing to do with money. It has everything to do with you and your mindset towards money. Okay, let me say that again so you can write that down. Building wealth has 100% nothing to do with money. It has everything to do with you and your mindset towards money, okay? Wealthy and poor people think differently. They just think differently about money. They do. It's just like I just mentioned earlier, how some of us grew up in, struggling households where sometimes we couldn't pay our bills. And when you live in that, you kind of live from a day to day. I'm just struggling. I'm just getting by. I'm just trying to make it out here in these streets, right? It's hard out here for a pimp, right? We can relate, right? Most of us, that is. So wealthy people who grew up without that struggle, and it's different. It's just a different mindset. It really is. And you have to adopt these mindsets, okay? So have you ever wondered what determines whether you're rich or poor? What determines whether you're rich or poor? It's not about luck, or it's not about intelligence. Your money mindset has a lot to do with it. Lack versus abundance. Let's talk about that. Lack versus abundance. The lack versus an abundance mindset. Lack, when you have that lack mindset, you think more like, I don't have any money. I wish there was a way to make more money. I wish. There are no jobs out there. There are no opportunities out there. That's a lack mindset. Now, an abundant mindset is, I can earn all the money I want. I can do so many things to get money. I can sell my skills and services to others, right? I remember a long time ago, my girlfriend, when I first moved to Sacramento, not when I moved from Sacramento to Virginia, where I live now. This was many years ago, probably about 12 years ago. And she said it kind of in a negative way, but she said, one thing I know about you, you ain't gonna never not be able to get some money. Something like that, she said, and she said it to be offensive. I said it like, thank you. Thank you very much. Because that's an abundant mindset. Somebody that's gonna get out there, right, and create their own wealth. You know what I'm saying? I'll thank you. But like, I felt that it was kind of, she was trying to, throw some shade or something. But again, I took that as thank you, boo. You're absolutely right. So again, the whole wealthy mindset and poor mindset. When opportunity knocks, right? Poor people, they don't notice opportunities to make money, right? They usually don't take advantage of them. They usually don't take advantage of an opportunity. What they do is they wonder, how much will it cost me, right? How much will it cost me? First thing they think about. I can give you so many examples of consultations that I've done with women and men. And before I can even go into the value of what something like coaching can do for their life, all they're thinking about is, how much is it going to cost, versus thinking, how much value is this going to bring to my life and how it could change my life, right? How this can be an investment and later become tenfold. Again, that's a poor person's mindset. Wealthy people, they keep their eyes open for all opportunities. They take advantage of opportunities. Their mindset says, how much can I make? How much can I make, right? So that's just a little example of that. Let me give you some more examples of the wealthy mindset versus the poor mindset. Maybe some of these are you're recognizing some of them. When it comes to investing, poor people think, I don't know, they become overwhelmed by fear, and they'll ask, how much can I lose, right? How much am I going to lose? A wealthy person is more confident, and they'll say, how much can I make? How much can I make? Studies show that fear of loss is a stronger motivator than hope of gain. Most of us fear losing something before we hope that we'll actually gain something. Do you understand that? Have you guys felt that, right? And I know I have. I'm not speaking like I'm this perfect Patty. I'm speaking from experience. I had to learn to adjust my mindset as well, because I came from a lack mindset, right? Being able to transition now to a wealthy mindset, right? But could this be what is holding you back? Could these be some of the things that are sabotaging your success, right? How can you change your money mindset? Let's think about short-term and long-term thinking when it comes to a wealthy mindset and a poor mindset. Poor people think, how will I pay this month's bills, right? I never have any money. I never have any money. One thing you should never say to your child ever is, we don't have the money. Never. Change that, because you're putting that mindset in their head. Change that to, that's not in the budget. That's not in the budget today. That's not in the budget this week. And then show them your budget so they can understand money and they can get it. They can understand how things work. Don't say you don't have the money. Because then we can get all into the law of attraction. You say you don't have the money, or I never have any money, then you're attracting never having money to you. You're attracting that energy to you, and you will never have money. It's true. It's factual. Okay. So just shift your way. Change the way you talk a little bit. Wealthy people, on the other hand, they'll think, I want to meet long-term goal. They think long-term. They'll think, I want to meet my savings goals. Okay. I'm saving now, today, for my kids' educations. You see the difference there versus about what's happening right now? Let's think long term. Okay, again, so this is just mindset shifting. Another thing is when you think of when price comes to play, price over value. Poor people tend to think, wow, look at that sale price. I've got to have that. I'm about to buy it. I can't pass up that price. It's on sale. I got to have it. Right? Been there. Hello, let me clap for that, right? Been there. I can't pass it up, right? Wealthy people think that's a good price, but do I really need it? Will that item have value for me in 1 year or 2 years or 3 years? Can I use it to make money? Right? A prime example is if you're an entrepreneur. A lot of us, we want to be fancy and we want to maybe get office space. We want to go and we want to try to get something all extravagant, or we think we have to put money into an office space. But realistically, you might not necessarily need it right now, right? You can save for that and work around it. Okay, work around it. And then when you do get that office space, since I'm using this as an example, it has to have value. It should bring you money. It should make you money. You just don't want to have an office space just to have it and have a meeting here or there. You want to set it up in such a way where maybe you could sublease it. Maybe you can use it to do some sort of training courses. Use it to where it's going to create value, not to where you're just wasting money. You see the difference there in that mindset shift? And another way, again, I'm just speaking on the wealthy mindset and the poor mindset, just to give you some things to think about. Who's the boss? The poor are either trying to find a job, they're waiting to get a job, or making an effort to keep and hold a job. But you guys know, to most people, a job is just over broke. I'm sorry, it is. For most people, it's nearly impossible to become wealthy working at a job. Right now, I'm not against jobs. I had to do it. We all had to do it. I'm not judging anyone. Okay, I'm not judging anyone. Again, I want you to become curious of what's coming next. Okay, but job is just over broke. But wealthy people prefer to work for themselves to keep more of the profits that they're doing from their work. Because think about it. Think about what you're doing at your job right now. Couldn't you do that for yourself and make millions and millions of dollars like they're doing, right? So it's a different mindset shift. The rich, they have more confidence in themselves. They believe in themselves a little bit more. They believe in their own abilities. They believe in their skills. I don't know if you guys have seen the movie yet, Straight Outta Compton, but I love what the mom said. Even living in an environment full of, not the mom, it was Dr. Dre's mom. And she, if you haven't seen the movie, you have to go see it. It was very inspirational. But she talked about, she was telling her son, I don't care what you do. She told Dr. Dre, who is now a billionaire, I don't care what you do as long as you own the company. And I said, oh my God, that's exactly what I tell my son. Just the other day, he said that he's thinking about that. He's only 8, but we talked. My son has an entrepreneur spirit, and he was saying that he was thinking about possibly, being a mechanic. I said, that's cool. You can open up some mechanic shop. You could be the next Jiffy Lube. I mean, you can have it going on, Again, it's just a mindset shift. Why work for somebody when you can do it on your own and you can hire people to work for you, right? Again, so it's just a wealthy mindset versus a poor mindset, okay? And again, let's talk about dreams. Do you dream small or big, right? What do your dreams look like? Poor people's dreams are usually small, and they hope that their dreams come true. Whereas rich people, they dream big, and they take action to make their dreams and goals become a reality, right? Taking action is so, so vital in your success. Let's think about cash flow. What is it? What is cash flow? What is good debt? What is bad debt? Okay? These are things we Most of us, I know when I was growing up, I'm not sure what's going on now. My son is only 8, so he hasn't gotten there yet. But most of us don't learn about good debt and bad debt because we come from such a lack mindset, right? So we don't really get it. But part of our current economic woe is the result of people getting into credit card debt and living way beyond their means. But there is such a good thing as good debt if it can help you, right? It can help you earn more money, but you have to use it right. Some people are terrified of getting into debt or losing money. Could they be missing out on some financial opportunities because of this mindset, right? What do you think? Could they be missing out on some opportunities because of this mindset? So what is cash flow? It's your paycheck, it's your business income, or other income streams. Okay, that's cash flow. Any kind of cash that you have coming in. What's a good debt? Debt you pay that will ultimately earn you more than you paid. That's good debt. A house, right? A business, right? That's good debt, right? That's the best kind of debt that you can invest in. Bad debt, debts that pay to bring you no return on your money. Examples are cable bills, unnecessary clothes, handbags, things we do to try to look good for other people. You know, if you haven't noticed, billionaires, they don't wear Gucci and Prada and and all that stuff. You know, they don't do that. They invest their money. But bad debt is those things that just drain us. Okay, to just drain us. Learning. What's the wealthy mindset and the poor mindset when it comes to learning? How open are you to learning new information about finances? Does it scare you? Is it something you don't like to talk about? Is it something you love to talk about? Is there something you love to educate yourself on and learn more about, right? Those who think poor are less open to learning new information and ways of doing things. They just don't want to have no parts of it. But those who think rich are open to new knowledge. They are in constant state of learning, always being a student, right? Because they know that whatever they can learn, investing in your brain, right? Nobody can take that away. Nobody can take that away from you, ever. That is your greatest asset. So the more you learn, the more you earn, right? And again, wealthy people understand that. They understand that. So I want to give you some tips to change your mindset. How can you alter your mindset to be more like the wealthy and stop sabotaging your success? Okay, and I'm going to get into some things that are really specific. So I want to kind of go into some strategies here. I hope you guys are following along and taking notes. If you are in the Ustream, shout out something. Shout out, you know what, that's something that I can relate to. I get it. I've been there, done that. Talk about how you may have overcome that lack mindset and now you're in abundance mindset. Talk about it. Share. We've been there. We've all been there. But when it comes to these type of things, I'm noticing that a lot of people are not talking about it. I go to a lot of conferences and they tell me how to make money and how to become a millionaire and how to do this and do that. But they do not tell me strategically how I can shift my mindset, right? Since I've done it, now I want to educate people on it because like I said, I work with a lot of people, a lot of business owners, and the first thing I have to do is, of course, I love to hear their dreams and I want to make sure they achieve the dreams and achieve the things that they want to achieve. But sometimes we have to peel some layers back, right? So we can get to the root of that money mindset because sometimes we won't charge for our services. We will lower our services because we don't believe that we deserve it or we don't value ourselves in business, right? I'm sure we've all been there. I know I have, right? So again, it's just that whole peeling back the layers. And again, it's something that most people do not like to talk about. But I'm talking about it today, okay? I'm pulling back the layers. I'm just going to keep it all the way live, all the way real today with you guys, okay? So I hope you guys are gaining something from it. Please leave some chat in a group, leave some notes and things like that, okay? But these are just some questions that I want you to ask yourself to see if you're sabotaging your success, right? Some of these may kind of, you're like, okay. First things first. Do you study wealthy people, right? I have this thing where I call it, what would Diddy do? P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, whatever you want to call him. But I do that when I'm coming across fear, or I'm coming across where, you know what, I'm scared to launch this program or this campaign, or I'm afraid to do this, or I'm afraid, or I'm gonna go ahead and give somebody a discount, or I'm not gonna do any work today, or whatever kind of fear is coming up, that's sabotaging my success. I then kind of click into what would Diddy do? And I say that because I've studied his success. I've studied how he came from absolutely nothing, very similar to several millionaires that we know today, but how he came from nothing and how he has so many people up against him, so many people that did not believe in him, so many times he wanted to give up, right? Coming from nothing but having a dream, and I learned and I studied how the obstacles he was able to overcome, the adversities he was able to overcome, and how he did that. And it was a mindset. He was so tuned in on his dream and his vision and what he wanted to create in his life that he was able to just push all that stuff out the way. So I have to ask myself sometimes, what would Diddy do? What would Diddy do? He would work hard, and he would make sacrifices for his family, right? He would take risks for his family in order to achieve the things that he wanted. He came from a broken home, but he was hungry. He was ambitious. He followed his heart, right? He followed his heart, and he achieved his dream. So do you study wealthy people? You can learn so much from wealthy people. One of my favorite all-time books is called The Mindset, not The Mindset, that's my book. Well, okay, let me go ahead and do my plug for that real quick. But The Mindset of a CEO. In this book, it just talks about the mindset of a CEO, of a woman in business, and it's the 7 core principles of sustaining profitable success as a woman in business. But my absolute favorite book is called, why is it just Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I'm sure you guys have read that book before, but it's called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And what he did was he traveled the world, and he studied wealthy people. He studied people who were wealthy, and he came up with these different traits. I think it was 16 or 17 different traits that they all had in common. If you have not read that book yet, go pick it up right now. You can get the ebook, read it, study it, read it a couple times. For me, I had to read it all the way through first. I read it when I was younger, but reading it now, having gone through some things, it's going to really, really affect you in a different way. But he studied these people to find out what kind of mindset they had. What did they do to overcome things? What did they do? What was it? It was desire. It was becoming a part of mastermind groups. It was becoming the guru. It was just so many different things that just really, really, having faith, of course, all of that stuff. It's an excellent, excellent book. But do you study wealthy people? That's strategy number 1. Question that you should ask yourself. Question number 2. Are you an avid learner? Right? How do you feel about learning? Well, for one, you're here. So congratulate. Look, I got my own here. If don't nobody else clap for you, I'm going to clap for you. Okay? If don't nobody clap for me, I'm going to clap for myself. But you're here. So obviously, you understand the value of education and the value of learning, right? You understand that. So that's question number 2. So you could check that off, I'm sure, right? Are you an avid learner, right? Number 3, another question to ask yourself to see if you're sabotaging your success. Are you implementing? Are you implementing? Are you learning all of that stuff? And learning and reading and studying these people and getting all this great content and information, but are you implementing it? Okay? Again, if you're not, there's a reason, and you're sabotaging your success. Strategy number 4. 4th question you should ask yourself. Are you consistent on your implementation? Are you consistent? Over and over again, consistency is key. Consistency is the key to your success. What happens is we let fear come in sometimes, we try something and we fail. And then we stop, right? And we stop. So are you consistent? Are you picking yourself back up and doing it again? Do you believe in yourself? Okay, that's crucial. Do you believe in yourself? Do you believe in yourself enough? Like, what would Diddy do? Do you believe in yourself enough that it can happen for you? That people will pay for your products and services? That people will be knocking down your door? People will be ringing your phone off the hook? Do you believe that's possible for you? No, do you really believe that that's possible for you? That is the question. If you believe it, then you would be consistent and you wouldn't be lowering your prices. You wouldn't be afraid to ask for what you're worth in your business. Do you believe in yourself? Are you pricing your services accurately for based on the value that you're bringing to people in your business? Again, this is just questions that you have to ask yourself to see if you're sabotaging your success. A question I get asked a lot is, how do I determine my prices? Now, I want to just kind of draw something and kind of show you how a good strategy on how you can, let's say that you want to make, I'm just going to do a little chart here. For one, in your business, you should have some sort of like a money wheel. You want to have different products, services, and programs in place where you're bringing in money. Okay. If you think of a wheel and you think of each little section, let me just draw that out really quickly. Bear with me here. Okay. So think of this as your money wheel. And you have different areas in your business that are bringing in money. Hope you guys can see that okay. You may have speaking, you may have books, you may have events, you can have consultations, coaching, whatever it is that you do in your business. And these are different areas in your business. So what you want to do, let's say that you want to make $100,000 per year. Okay, well, your first year, because you always want to go up 25% each year for your goal, right? So let's say you want to make $25,000. I'm sorry, $25,000. $100,000. So what you'll do is you'll say, okay, well, if I want to make $100,000, what I need to do, let me get my mind around this really quick, you guys, because I just lost focus. $100,000. So if I have to make $100,000, okay. So what you do is you say, okay, well, first you want to price out what you're going to charge for these different products in your money wheel. But then you say, okay, $100,000. That means, let's say I'm selling a product for $100. Then you ask yourself, how many of those products will I need to sell for $100? Let's break this down into $10,000 a month. This will be easier for me, okay? Because my math, I don't have my calculator with me. So then you'll say, okay, how many products do I need to sell at $100, right, to bring in 10,000, right? Or what you do then is you add up. Then you say, how many products or services or whatever do I need to sell for $500 to make me bring in $10,000? So this is how you can set your prices, set your goals on what you want to make. I hope that makes sense, because I lost my track of focus a little bit there. But this is how you can establish what it is that you want to make in your business. Again, it's if I want to bring in $10,000 a month, how many products do I need to sell? These are like monthly goals. How many products do I need to sell for $100? That's a lot of products. Or what if I raise my price to $500? Then I sell less, right? Then you take less steps, okay? So that's kind of a way to help you just kind of determine how much money you want to make in your business. It's all about just taking less steps in your business. You want to reduce the number of steps that it takes to reach your goal. No one wants to sell $1, 10,000 $1 products. That's a lot of people to 10,000 different customers. When you can shorten that number, okay, and just increase your value, increase the price that you're putting on that product. Because if you're selling something for less, that means you have to sell it to more people. You get what I'm saying? Whereas you could sell something higher to less people. Does that make sense? Okay. Does that make sense? So how many steps do you want it to take to get to your goal? How many steps do you want it to take to get to your goal? Okay. This is just a game-changing question here. It's just a game-changing question. If you want to make $500,000 a year, being a $50 an hour consultant means it takes 10,000 steps, let's say hours, to get there. That's impossible. It's impossible. I mean, there aren't even that many hours in a year. Okay, so I'll repeat that. Write it down. If you want to make $500,000 a year, being a $50 an hour consultant, that means you'll have to work 10,000 hours to get there, right? Now, if you raise your rates to $100 an hour, but 5,000 hours a year is still going to be 100-hour a week because there's only 50 weeks in a year, so that's impossible. Okay, so let me move on. So what if you didn't want to take 10,000 steps, because that's just still too many steps, right? It's less than 50,000 steps, but it's still 10,000 steps, or even 5,000 steps. What if you just want to take 50 steps? Okay, so we've jumped from 50,000 steps to 10,000 steps to 5,000. What if you just wanted to take 50 steps? Again, it's just about lowering your steps. It's about working smarter, not harder. Yes, we work hard in our businesses. We want to grind, we want to hustle, but don't get in that hustle mentality without thinking smartly. Without smartly, is that a word? Without thinking smart. You have to be smart with your thinking, okay? You have to be smart. So what if you could take 50? Yeah, right? That's playing a bigger game. And that's what playing a bigger game is all about, right? So that's a question you have to ask yourself. How can I strategically put products and services and programs in place where I'm adding more value? Because you can't just go and sell $1,000 product if it's not a valuable product or something's needed that people actually really need and need in their lives that's bringing a lot of value. But how do you do that? $500,000 divided by 50, right? That's 10,000 steps. We don't want to do that. So how do you get there, right? How do you get there by charging only $50 an hour, right? You can't. You can't. But what you can do is if you want to take just 50 steps, maybe you can create a new product. Maybe you can hold workshops. There's always different areas that you can do to add on to your money wheel. Okay, maybe you can start a certification program and train people so that they can outsource. Okay, maybe you can look for more affluent clients. It's not always about lowering your prices to meet the needs of people who can't pay for it. Sometimes you just have to change your audience, right? Change your audience. So maybe you just need to switch your marketing and position yourself in such a way where you're attracting more affluent clients, okay? Or maybe you can just do something crazy and just pick something entirely different. Maybe what you're doing is just not working. That's always something too, that sometimes I have to get real with some of my clients. If you're not making money, you've been doing this for a year or two, we need to switch it up. We need to create some other stuff. Let's do something different and add some different areas still that you're passionate about, and add those different areas to your money wheel. Okay? So that's what it's about, taking those less steps. 10,000 steps equals tiny steps. 50 steps are just big steps. And that's just requiring you to play bigger. That's what that's all about. It's requiring you to play bigger. But again, if you believe in yourself, you will have no problem with wanting to play bigger. Okay? And I know that was a lot, but I hope that you guys got some value from that, right? I know it seems a little scary though, right? Seems a little scary, right? But you can do it. You can do it. You just have to believe in yourself. Okay? So the next question I want you to ask yourself is, are you saving money? Are you saving money? You have to save money in order to invest in your business, in order to invest in your personal development, in order to invest in you. You are your best asset. You are your biggest asset. Nothing else is greater than you in your business. Are you saving so you can invest in your business? That's a question you have to ask yourself. Again, these are questions to ask yourself to see if you are sabotaging your own success. Strategy number 5, or question number 5. I'm sorry, number 6. This is number 6. Are you investing smarter? Okay. Now we can invest all day in different programs and different coaching and different products, different new things that, different new technical things that we want to add to our business. But are you strategically being smarter about the investments that you're making? Just kind of like I talked about earlier about the office space. That office space you have to set it up in such a way where it's going to create income. Okay. Not to where you're just dumping income and you're just dumping it all over the place. Are you investing smarter? Are you doing your due diligence when it comes to a lot of the things that you're investing in? Yes, it looks all shiny and pretty and it looks all good. And, like Fiji water, yeah, it looks good or whatever. Does it do anything different than just regular Aquafina water? No, it's just 59 cents more, right? Are you investing? Are you doing your due diligence? Be careful, especially when it comes to investing in like a mentor or a coach and things like that. You want to make sure that you are investing with people who have a proven track record. A proven track record. No one can coach you if they're still struggling on their own. So be careful, right? Do your due diligence. So that's question number 6. And the last question is question number 7 is, are you reading? Are you reading books? Are you every night before you go to bed? Wealthy people read. They have a library full of books. If it's not real hard books, paper books, it's ebooks. It's audio books. You should have a library of books so you're constantly learning. And whatever it is that you do, you want to be able to become the guru in that. You want to be the best person doing what you do. So you want to study that thing like it's just, like there's nothing else to study. You want to know everything from the top to the bottom, in the middle, between, the sideways, all around it. You want to know everything about what it is that you do. You want to be the guru. Somebody come to you with something, you have the answer. So are you reading? And it sounds so simple. Again, but sometimes we're not doing these things and they're sabotaging our success. And of course, there's several other things, but these are just some mindset shifts. People think, oh, I don't feel like reading. It puts me to sleep and all of this other stuff. But by you just simply not reading a book from top to bottom, or you don't even have to read the book all the way through. Sometimes you can just go through the book and take, how they say, eat the chicken and spit out the bones. Take what you need for you. What's going to grow you. You don't have to read the whole book, but are you reading something before you go to bed that's going to give you more knowledge, in everything? Read some stuff that doesn't even interest you, right? Expand your thinking, expand your knowledge, be the guru, okay? So again, this is just 7 questions, So like I said, I had something that I wanted to offer you guys. As many of you may know, many of you may not know, but I am on a tour right now. I'm going to actually start my tour on, let me get the dates right, because I have so many dates going on, but I think it's September 26th. Is that right? September 26th or 24th? And 26, yes. And the tickets right now are $45. We're going to Memphis, Tennessee. We'll be in Sacramento, California. We'll be in Hampton Roads, Virginia. We'll be in Raleigh, Dallas, and I just added Stafford, Virginia. I'm going to finish out the tour and end out in Stafford, Virginia. These particular, now I do a huge conference every year called the Release of Chains Conference, and that's about 100, 200 something people. These are more limited seating, it's more intimate, and we're going to really talk more about business, branding, positioning, a lot of things that you need in order to grow in your business. And again, these are real small, they're real intimate coaching sessions that I'm going to be doing all across the country. So it's more one-on-one in a small group setting with me. Now, my coaching programs start at $14.97 and go all the way up to $10,000. But this is a great opportunity for you to get some very valuable coaching from me while I'm on the road. Let me just tell you a little bit. It's what it is. It's just an action full day. It's just one day of leadership, business, empowerment intensive for women with vision, right? It's going to provide you a unique experience for you to just renew your mind and really just reclaim your destiny. Okay. Some of us we have these dreams and we have these desires, but we don't know where to start. We don't know how to start, and we don't have anybody that's holding us accountable. We don't have anybody saying, well, did you do that? How come you're not reading? How come you're not studying? How come you're not charging more for that? Why didn't you implement yesterday? Why are you not being consistent, right? And we need that. We need that in our life. We need people like that in our life that are going to push us. So these seminars are going to be bringing proven strategies that are going to help propel you in your business and help you grow, not just in your business, but in your life as well. Okay. We're going to talk about sustaining success. We're going to push you towards your profit, really give you real life proven strategies to help you propel and make more profits. Some of the things we're going to talk about is the power of your abundant thinking so you can live the life that you love. Show me the money is one of the topics. Charging with your worth and negotiating effectively. Negotiating is crucial in business. Succeeding with partnerships and collaborations. How do you do that so you can become a global leader? Right? Another topic is how to create products that opens the door and lessen your workload. Right? How to create products that opens the door for you and lessen the work that you actually have to do. Right? That's something that you may want to learn. We're going to talk about women in business and how sometimes our emotions can make or break you. Some of us are too busy being offended in business and bringing our emotions to the table when it comes to doing business. And, I know sometimes we have our monthly cycles, women, I get it, but we have to learn how bringing that emotion to the table can sabotage our success, okay? We're going to talk about turning your passion into top dollar profit. This tour is going to be off the hook. And again, these are small, intimate sessions, so I'll be able to dig into your specific issues, your concern, and your challenges that you're having in your businesses. We're going to remove the struggle. You're going to have a business planning guide for long-term success. We're going to speak about putting systems in place to create extra revenue streams, doing what you love while you sleep. There's nothing like waking up in the morning and you look at your phone or you go to your computer or whatever the case may be, and you have money in your PayPal account or in your checking account. Setting up your business on automated systems, that's thinking big business. And I talk about that a lot in my book, The Mindset of a CEO. A lot in my book, A Lot of Mindset. But it's setting your business up on systems so you're not working so hard and that your money is actually working for you. So that's another topic we're going to cover in great detail. Again, these workshops are 5 hours long. We're going to talk about leveraging video content to grow your brand and business. Again, look at me. I'm here today. You're watching this video. I'm giving you great content. You're getting a chance to get to know Ari. Okay, so using video, even leveraging your books, to increase your brand, increase your business. We'll talk about that, right? We're not going to talk about them, so we're going to learn some strategies behind it. What else do you have to look forward to? Just personal stuff too. Loving yourself first, right? And the power of taking inspired action. Sometimes we'll get something from our spirit. Something drops down in our spirit that we want to do. Maybe it's launch a new program. Maybe it's reach out to that sister on Facebook. Maybe it's reach out to that lady you saw on Periscope. Reach out to an old friend and see if they want to form a partnership with you, right? But fear or our mind, something holds us back. Some sort of chain keeps us back. So I'm going to give you some tips on being able to recognize that voice of fear, and how to bring in that voice of love. Okay, so we'll get personal as well. How you can use your personal testimony and let that be the key to your success. So many of us are holding on to our shame. I did it for years. I didn't share my background and my story until, I would say about 3 years ago at my very first Release the Chains conference. And once I was able to get rid of that shame and that guilt, doors just opened up for me. Not just for me, but for other women. They then too felt that it was okay to share their testimony, right? And to share their testimony. So I'm going to give you strategies and tips on how to use your story, right, to start your own movement and changing and impacting the lives of other women or men or whoever's in your target market all across the world, okay? We're going to talk about brand clarity and positioning your passion, whatever it is that you love to do, and how to make profits from it, right? How to stand out. There's, everybody, these businesses are coming up everywhere, especially women in business. We're the fastest growing number of women, of people in business, women. right? So there's going to be other people doing what you do. How do you stand out? Right? We're going to talk about that. I'm going to give you some very good strategies and very good tips on how do you stand out, right? Identifying your it factor and why it sets you apart, right? What is your it factor? I'm going to help you identify that. And again, lastly, becoming the guru. So what that somebody else is doing it? How are you doing it? How are you setting yourself apart? Okay, so this is all that we're going to cover on the tour. Now, like I said earlier, right now, tickets are $45. Very small, intimate affairs. Again, we're going to Memphis, Tennessee. I'm sure there's a city near you. And again, you have to invest in yourself. Invest in yourself to get the knowledge and the information. And plus, you never know who's going to be next to you in that room. That person, that lady or that man sitting next to you could be your next business partner. You know what I'm saying? So these are things that we have to do in order to grow and learn and just, fill our minds up with new knowledge and information. So tickets are $45, but I'm offering them for only $19.97, $20. $20 for those of you who have taken this time. I value your time. For those of you who have taken the time tonight, I'm not done. I still have a little bit more that I'm going to share with you. But if you go to, what is the website? It's www.p2, the number 2, ptour.eventbrite.com. Go there, get your ticket. You only have 48 hours. That's it. And then they're going back up to $45. Get you a ticket, get your friend a ticket, your sister, anybody that you know needs to learn all of the stuff that we're going to be bringing to you all. Again, that's www.p, the number 2, ptour.eventbrite.com. That's the Pursuit to Possibility Tour. I really, really hope to see you there. Got 48 hours to get those tickets, but I really, 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 really think that you would gain so much value in all of this. Okay, so I want to move on and continue on again. And it's not for everybody, right? It's not for everybody, but I surely hope to see you there. Okay, so lastly, I want to talk about learning all of this stuff and hearing all of everything that's going on that I talked about today. How do you put this to work for you tomorrow? You have your notes. You've gotten some great information, right? How do you put this to work to where it can start to work for you immediately? I'm not about just giving information and hoping that you'll actually go out and do something, but it's all about having a plan and actually having something you can do, an action, like some next steps. But it's up to you to do it. It's up to you to take action. It's up to you to develop that wealthy mindset, right? And shift the way you think and actually do it and be consistent. Okay, remember that was another question. Are you being consistent, right? So how do you put this to work? The first thing you should do is write down that strategy or that question that you struggle with the most. Which one was it? It has to be one. It has to be one. Which one is it that you struggle with the most? When you heard me ask the question, are you being consistent, right? Are you studying wealthy people? Are you being a student? Are you an avid learner? Are you implementing? Are you being consistent with your implementation, right? Are you saving your money? Are you investing in yourself? Are you investing in your business? And the last one was, are you reading daily? Okay? Write down the strategy that you struggle with the most. That's the first step. Identifying it. Right? And then the next step is, how are you going to change this within the next 21 days? So you can see a shift in your life and in your business. What are you going to do? What are you going to do to change it? Write it down. Seriously, write it down. Be serious about your success. Stop sabotaging your own success. It's not going to happen for you. We have to literally take action. We have to develop the mindset to want to succeed by any means necessary. What would Diddy do? What would Diddy do, right? Diddy would answer these questions and take these steps necessary to achieve the things that he wants to achieve, no matter how hard it's going to be, no matter what sacrifices that he would have to make, no matter what's going to come at you, no matter how many people are not going to believe in you. no matter how many times you're going to fail, right? But do you believe in yourself? Do you believe in yourself? Are you going to adopt an abundant mindset? It's up to you. It's really up to you. The next thing is, how are you going to take less steps to reach your income goals? What are you going to do now? Knowing that you have a goal, knowing you saw a little bit about that money wheel. Of course, it's hard for me to go into great detail in the time that I have allotted tonight. But how are you going to take less steps to reach your income goals? And remember, studying the wealthy, being a student, implementing, consistent implementation, saving, investing in yourself, and reading daily. What are you going to do in your business in particular to where you're taking less steps? Less steps means you're not working so hard. You're working smarter. You're hustling, but you're working smarter. Okay, I know about business. I've been doing this for a very long time. It could be tiring, it could be draining, right? But eventually, the further along you get in your business like me, you start learning how to work smarter. So what are you going to do now? You may be new in your business. You may be thinking about starting a business. Think strategically. What are you going to do so you're taking less steps to get to your financial goals? Okay? And remember, implement right away. You should want to see change within the next 21 days. If you take this step tomorrow, you write this stuff down tonight, and you take whatever that step is, whatever that thing you struggle with the most, and you make a mindset shift. Remember, this is about mindset, money, and motivation. I'm here to give you a makeover. Okay? If you do this, I guarantee you will see change within the next 21 days. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. So again, don't forget, I hope that I see you all on my Pursuit to Possibility tour. I can't wait. This is my first time going on a tour. I'm so excited. I've had a fabulous time with you guys. Grab your tickets for $19.97 at p2ptour.eventbrite.com. And I just want to thank you guys for joining me and investing in yourself tonight. Those of you that registered, I will send you the video recording so you can take a look at it again. If you have any questions, any concerns, email me. I'm only an email away at info@arisquires.com. You can find me all over social media at Ari Squires Speaks. That's on Periscope, on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook. I'm like the social media queen. I love social media. It's a great platform, and I love connecting with people who I've never met before from all across the country. But I want to thank you guys, congratulate you. Let me give it up for y'all. Woo! Thank you all. I got through my first live broadcast. Let's give it up for me. But thank you all again, and I'll see you guys soon.